Good morning, everyone. Um, I beg your apology on two ground. First, my voice is not good, so maybe listening will be little difficult. And second, I can speak or understand Tamil. I'll speak in English only. Um, Hopefully, everyone understand English. If not understanding any question, later on you may ask. My sir is sitting here, Dr. Chandrasekharan. He will help me to translate your question and answer in local Tamil language. First, to start with, thank you, Rex, for your innovative approach of inviting Indian poultry community here. This not general type poultry seminar which we are seeing all over the India or maybe all over the globe. Here, all poultry fraternity, starting from farmer to entrepreneur, and even the pharma companies, several pharma companies are here. I thank you for inviting me, and once again congratulate Rex and his team for organizing such an innovative event. Then regarding me, I am a poultry field veterinarian working in poultry more than 4 decades. This 41 year I am working India farm, basically at farm level I am worker. I know sir is sitting, I call him as sir, and it's a blessings to me. I am speaking and sir is a moderator. Thank you, sir. Let's go to the subject. It's poultry litter. Already many people have spoken about this. Litter is a waste, is a trash or treasure. People are saying, that sentence someone has spoken, it hit me. It's good. We as a poultry veterinarian, we are basically concerned about our birds' health and production. Then if something, earlier days we were only disposing litter. Now we are trying to extract something from litter also, because today byproduct is much costlier than the product. You know, we are purchasing soybean oil cake in cash, but soybean oil is selling in credit. Basically that is the soybean oil industry, it is their byproduct. Rice husk is selling in cash advance payment, but rice is selling in credit. So byproduct, this is also byproduct. Days are coming when you will see a lot of companies are here with this innovative ideas of converting trash into treasure. I will take care, a lot of people said many things here. I'll try to consolidate all the things discussed here. Data regarding this, some data may not be perfect, especially about the production of electricity and CBG. Rest are okay. Let's go to the subject. What is poultry litter? Is the chicken fresh excreta plus some feathers or bedding material minus the water absorbed by the bedding material or dehydrated in the environment because of ventilation or wind movement. So that's some good excreta color. Why you are concerned about, or the poultry people are concerned about litter? Because this is basically a waste material. Waste material after digestion of chicken mixed, it composed of very high concentration of water, then partially digested or undigested feed ingredients. This is a very good media for microbial growth, cause social nuisance with foul smell and dirtiness, and it is a threat to human and poultry health if not handled properly. So that's why we are concerned. We all are here to discuss the subject. So, chicken litter need to be utilized efficiently or disposed effectively. Let the liter source of liter is chicken. So today estimated poultry population in India. This is estimated population. There will be minor plus minus, and every day it is changing. So what is projected liter or manure volume daily? There is some calculation. Basic calculation is daily fresh excreta volume is total daily feed intake into 1.75 is the daily fresh excreta. Mr. Please, urgent call, please go out. Please don't disturb others. Sir has several times. This is the basic calculation. Daily fresh excreta equal to feed into 1.75. Then some portion of water is either absorbed by the bedding material or gets dehydrated in the environment. So every day, can you imagine, India produces almost 1.5 lakh ton of liter. 1.5 lakh ton. About the composition of liter, it varies widely depending on the bird type, because layer liter and broiler liter is totally different. Age, feed and nutrition, and the health status of the bird. But there are some general calculation. Fresh broiler droppings contain around 60 to 70, this is fresh droppings, 60 to 70% or even 80% water. But what we consider in general is the water is 70 to 76%, then the organic matter is around 25%. Out of that, the most important ingredients in the poultry litter is nitrogen 3 to 5%, phosphorus 2 to 2.5%, potassium 2 to 2.3%, calcium 4.52 to 8.15%, magnesium 0.5 to 0.7%. These have commercial importance. That's why I mentioned this ingredient's name. There are so many things which are not that much commercially important. But the ideal moisture content of the litter or manure after dehydration of water, it should be around 20 to 25%. And it is extremely necessary to control pathogen growth, ammonia buildup, and for cushioning of bedding material. Litter exceeding 25% moisture is considered as wet. More than 25% moisture is wet, and it impacts the litter function, this cushioning, insulation, and water holding capacity. What best we can do with the poultry litter? Commercial utilization. Easy is use as fertilizer. It's very easy because it is very good source of NPK, nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. That is all the chemical fertilizer they contain that only, NPK percentage. Then it can be a good nutrient source for ruminant and pigs. Nitrogen for protein and phosphorus for bone. It can be a very good source of food for fish. If you applies in the pond, it is very good food for algae, and algae is very good for aquaculture. Then many people have discussed already the biogas, the CBG production, then electricity production. Lot of commercial application we can think. Do you know a farm, breeder farm, already this data people have shown, one breeder farm of 20,000 can produce biogas of 60 kg per day or electricity 225 kilowatts hour per day on just simple 20,000 K breeder farm. A farm of 50,000 layer can produce 180 kg biogas and electricity of 600 kilowatts hour per day. A broiler farm of 20,000 capacity can produce 40 kg gas or 150 kilowatts hour electricity per day. So, Namakkal is the egg bowl of India or egg basket, whatever you say, mostly the layer farmer. So what is, do you know your chicks can give you, your layer birds can give you 6% cashback? One layer birds can produce CBG 15 paisa per day. That is equal to 6 gram of feed. Means 6% cashback. Your layer birds can give you 6% cashback. That's calculation. You need to invest. If we are unable to use commercially the litter, then what to do? Minimize the problem. Do best management practice so that FCR in broiler, FCR is low, layer production is more, so feed requirement is less. If feed requirement is less, then your manure volume will be less. Then with efficient nutrition, you can reduce the manure volume because layer, someone is giving 120 gram feed, someone is 100 gram. So if you are giving 100 gram, your waste volume will be less. So there will be water requirement will be less. So total liter problem because volume will be less. To effective nutrition, then again you can minimize the moisture content of the litter. That I will discuss in details later. By drinking water hygiene, efficient ventilation, handling feed and nutrition issue. Then last but not the least, the most important, controlling enteric poultry disease. If you control your litter volume or weight litter will be less, so problem will be less. So if you are unable to use commercial site, unable to do commercial application, minimize your problem. Then the last is disposal. Disposal by dumping, incineration, burial. Make some, digging some mud, take away the mud, dump the litter, sprinkle some petrol or something, burn it, it will be only ash, then again the same mud, fill again. That's the last. Because in our country, we can throw litter anywhere. Broiler, integration farmer throwing litter everywhere, even in front of, every day they are moving on the, every day they are working over the litter material. But in India, there is a state, green state, Sikkim. You cannot throw litter outside. You may be arrested. You may be arrested. There's a hill state only. In hill, if you throw the litter, there can be landslide. There, any poultry, their farms are only 300, 200 like that. People are using, their litter has fertilizer only. Whatever the big farm, there are two big farms, both have CBG project. No alternative. I am taking care of one farm, that's why I know. You have to have a CBG project in an Indian state of Sikkim because there is some regulations. Now, what is the reason of watery litter or wet litter? Say one by one. First is operational. Lot of operational issues like in broiler especially, the floor type, whether it is wet floor, mud floor or concrete floor. Then if the farm surrounding in monsoon is waterlogged, then there will be litter problem, your litter will be wet. Because your bedding material is not absorbing the moisture from litter, instead they are absorbing moisture from the earth. And racking. In broiler farm, daily racking is necessary to dry the litter. Second is the bedding material, quantity and quality. We'll discuss little bit. Third is most important, ventilation. Because litter will be drying, little water will be absorbed if air movement is there. So, poor ventilation means poor drying, curtain mismanagement, especially during monsoon and winter month, humid monsoon climate, cold winter climate. Curtain mismanagement, whatever moisture produced inside, it is not coming out. I'll discuss all the points. Then drinking water, people have discussed so many things, I don't want to discuss further only. Contamination, we need to discuss the contamination of the drinking water. Nutrition. Sir is sitting here, so with due respect, I am telling, nutrition, there are many key points people misses. The first is nothing, DB, dietary electrolyte balance, the sodium-potassium balance. Sodium-potassium chloride balance is very important. Anti-nutritional factor, high protein diet, high fiber diet, and mycotoxin. All causes watery litter. Feed. Dusty feed causes watery litter. Moldy raw material or moldy feed, poor quality fat or oil. If you use poor quality fat, there will be watery litter. And improper storage. Last one very important point is stress, especially the heat stress, the oxidative stress. Stress means enteritis. Even in summer, when there till today many people drive two-wheeler. In summer, if you are driving two-wheeler for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, after that you will see your stomach is upset. You are going to toilet, that is not much enteritis, but you are feeling like that. That is because of heat stress and oxidative stress. It happens with all animals, especially the simple stomach animal. And the last, the most important, the enteric disease. Bacterial, viral, parasitic, fungal, all the disease. These are the causes of poultry wet litter. Now we'll discuss in short all one by one. Let us, what are the problems of when the poor litter, what are the problems in poultry? Problems in battery cage, poor hygiene in poultry house, so there can be contamination in the feeding channel or with the egg. And increased ammonia level. So next problem, when increased ammonia level, respiratory problems are coming. E. coli, mycoplasma will take over. In case of California cage, traditional California cage, there will be poor hygiene, smell and dirtiness, poor hygiene below the ramp. So smell and dirtiness with fly and maggot issue, increased chance of contamination of the feeding channel and eggs, increased ammonia level, increased inconvenience and disposal cost. If it is watery litter, your disposal cost will be much higher. Now, in deep litter system, what are the problems with wet litter? Increased inconvenience of disposal and cost of disposal. If it is a wet litter in deep litter, there may be already some harmful bacteria. Otherwise, that wet litter is very good source of, very good media for bacterial growth. Hygiene, source of infection for next flock or your next shed or next farm. Public health, personal hygiene for labor, staff and source of infection to the society. Smell and dirtiness causes social nuisance, neighbors' objection, fly and maggot issue, aggravating problem in the area, statutory compliance. Only in Sikkim as on date, but it may come to your state anytime because of public objection. So these are the problems we are facing with poor litter in different type of house. Now we are discussing one by one all the points. The ventilation. What is ventilation? It's nothing but the amount of wind or air, entry of amount of air which is sufficient for exploiting the genetic potential of the chicken and removing the poisonous gas or poisonous metal produced inside, that should be removed. That is ventilation. What is the objective of ventilation? Objective, I will say later. There is a small sentence. Do you know 15 broiler chicks, 10-day age, they produce 1 day 1 liter water in the house. Out of that, 25 to 40% from feces and rest are perspiration. 15 chicks, 10-day age, they produce 1 liter. So if it is a 15,000 birds, 10th day they produce 1,000 liter. So think what ventilation is required. Why ventilation is essential. Ventilation is not only for oxygen, is to maintain relative humidity inside the poultry house at the birds level throughout their life, from day one to the culling. And rest, and everyone knows, is entry of oxygen, fresh air with oxygen, removing air with carbon dioxide, then removing the excess heat, removing the unhealthy gas like carbon dioxide and ammonia. That's ventilation. Actually what happens? Chicken, they don't go to toilet. They passes their faces on their bed only. So there is no sunlight to dry the litter. There is no heating system to dry that moisture. That's why ventilation is required. Only efficient ventilation, that too as per kg of production target. How much you are producing inside, so your ventilation is related to that. Because you are giving high energy, high protein diet. That has to be metabolized in presence of oxygen only. If you eat biryani, you will see your breathing will be much faster. You will have deep breathing. If you are eating simple dal rice, it's not like that. So when you are eating high energy protein, you need more oxygen. And in open shed, crosswind movement, easy shed, efficient ventilation. And ceiling fan in open shed, it helps managing litter moisture. In easy shed, India people are not doing, mostly doing with curtain, but full tanki easy shed with split window ventilation is good for litter management. Otherwise, in winter, when minimum ventilation is required, and in the peak monsoon, when outside humidity is 80%, 85%, you will have huge problem of managing easy shed litter. There will be too much dirty litter inside. This July, August and January. In easy shed litter management is, those who are managing, they know what is the headache that time. How air movement restricted? Suppose in India there are some area, specifically West Bengal, that is in a peninsula. So wind movement is very low there. Any date, if Tamil Nadu wind movement is 15 km per hour, if you go to Bengal it will be 4 or 5. That's why here also humidity is there, but because of humidity, because of wind movement, we are feeling comfort. But in Calcutta, you will feel always sweating, because that type wind movement is less, so your problem of humidity will be more in the litter, so litter problem will be more. There are some farms which are both sides are not open. So litter problem will be there. And rest are our mistake. Curtain mismanagement, this packed curtain, especially in monsoon night. In the night when farmer goes to sleep, they put down full curtain and go to sleep. So what happens? Birds have eaten and first 1 hour, 2 hours they will eat. They will defecate. So where moisture where will go? That is the problem of monsoon night. All broiler farmer, they drop the curtain, full curtain. Rat, anytime it can rain, who will come again? Leave it. And winter cold months is a very cold environment, so curtain management people do mistake. EC house, especially that I will told, well, relative humidity is more or winter is more. And last one, there are some farms width is more. Net height and width should be 1:3 ratio. And shed to shed distance, it should be 1.5 times of the width of the shed. Otherwise, wind movement will not be proper. Suppose you have 3 shed. So middle shed, it will have very poor wind movement, very poor litter. So you have to, when you are constructing your farm, your width, net height, shed to shed distance, you have to manage. Otherwise, you will face problem lifelong. Now, ventilation chapter gun, feed form and handling of feed. Dusty feed. Dusty feed, gizzard have no job, no grinding job, so it pushes the feed very fast. It is passing the small intestine, especially the duodenum part, where most of the enzymes are coming from liver and so. Enzyme mixing is not proper. So how it will be digested? Feed is not properly digested, is going to the protein and energy is going to hindgut, where Clostridium is waiting for that. Because Clostridium remains in the alkaline pH of hindgut. They are waiting for that. So when it goes, they grow, they come to the, and when digestion is not proper, this small intestine pH from acidic, it going towards alkaline, so it also helps Clostridium growth. So dusty feed, within 4 days you will see enteritis. It starts with dysbacteriosis, then it will be enteritis. Feed handling. See, if this type of feed handling, fresh bag, I only opened the bag and seen this type of thing. It happens especially in broiler. And this is last month video. This one I'll show. See, because of this dirty feeder, what is the system enteritis? The same day it is in Udupi. I visited 2 farms of the same age, same day had chicks, same feed. This farm, 36 day morning, 35 day complete, body weight was 1.9. Another farm, 2.15. Feeder dinker neatly clean, farmer is very active. 250 gram body weight difference. In 2 farms, it's around 400 meter gap. Same company, same feed, same sorts of chicks, same hatch. Because of dirty feeder only. The litter is, see the condition of the litter? Now, mycotoxin effect on poultry litter. I'll go there is one survey. It is in June 2025 only, made by Cargill. They published it. It is the published data. They have taken 6,304 feed samples from all over India. Out of that, detectable mycotoxin in 99% have detectable mycotoxin and 83% is toxic level. And out of that, if you see, aflatoxin and T2 toxin is in dangerous level in finished feed or in corn, especially the maize, and DORB. If you see, the last part is DORB. almost 100% is T2 toxin, zearalenone, and aflatoxin affected. And in layer farm without DRB, you cannot think of. Because DRB, they oil is taken away. But how they have preserved it, it depends. So it's mycotoxin. And today all maize, see, 100% maize have T2 toxin, detectable level. 100% maize have T2 toxin in toxic level. All mycotoxins causes gut health problem. They damage the gut epithelium and liver function. So digestion is impacted. So undigested feed going to hindgut, then again Clostridium will take care. Moreover, when digestion is not there, when the cell, the villi are dying, the epithelial cells are dying, more water is coming, so feces will be watery. So that will create litter problem. Further, this damaged gut will be taken care by existing E. coli, this avian APC, avian pathogenic E. coli, and Clostridium. So there will be a lot of dysbacteriosis, enteritis, and weight litter. High protein and electrolyte balance relation with cake litter. Electrolyte balance is very important. We have a tendency, especially in summer, of giving extra electrolytes. In feed, give 2 kg extra. In water, 2 gram per liter. Huge summer, sir, birds are taking too much water. What you are doing? Feed, your nutritionist has taken care of the sodium level. You are adding more sodium. More sodium means more pressure on kidney. Bird will consume more water. So more water means dilution of. If bird is taking more water, what feed it has taken, there will be dilution of feed. So enzyme will not be properly mixed up. There will be poor digestion. That will go to hindgut. The same story. And more water in feed, so more loose dropping. See, these are. This farm, this video taken by me, and their feed, it is from Ahmedabad. Check their feed formula. Oh, it was horrible. So sodium was 0.29% in the formula. See the liter. Condition of the liter. Now, excess protein. Many people have taken excess protein, nitrogen. No, excess protein means pressure on kidney. Excess, you have to take excess water. So excess water is not good. Excess water is not good. There will be dilution of your food, whatever you have eaten. There will be loose stool. So excess protein is not good. Moreover, you are damaging your kidney every day. Drinking water quality, another factor. We all know the pH, TDS, contamination, if it is not proper, there will be diarrhea, enteritis, so poor litter condition. See these chicks. Chicks on paper on third day, pest event. How much enteritis is happening? The chicks fix. And these chicks are, I have taken the skid on my hand, so much water. 3-day-old chicks, their feces have taken water, I can separate the water. This is the situation. This is because of our some mistake and drinking water quality. If it continues, if dysbacteriosis continues from very first week, enteritis, finally maggot is supposed to come, and especially in monsoon, and that too the farms where hygiene is not proper. There are some farms where litter hygiene is not proper. There will be maggot formation, 1%, 2% bird. You have to reject while lifting the birds. That is huge loss that time. See, high sodium, high potassium, high level of iron, all are damaging gut mucosa. High level of sulfur. Regarding nitrate, I have a unique experience. It was maybe 2021 or 22. I was working in West Bengal Burdwan district with Suguna people. They have a complaint. In that bed, they have 7 line. Only 1 line, all the farm have loosed up, poor litter problem. Only 1 line, other line, no. Same feed, same chicks. How it is happening? I said, let's go to that line only. Visited the farm, seen the situation. I was also thinking, what might be the problem? What might be the problem? But I've seen that line in Burdwan is like Namakkal is egg basket, Burdwan is rice basket of India. They know how to grow rice. All the farms are in between the paddy field only. And in paddy, people are using so much of urea. And dengue water is coming, and especially in monsoon, they are using, now paddy is grown. They are cultivating paddy, they are adding all this nitrate. So nitrate, I suspected there may be nitrate because they are using huge urea. Then I discussed with my mentor. There are mentor for me also. Discussed, he say, yes, nitrate poison, it can be. But that line is only, all farms are in between the paddy field. Other lines are not specifically, maybe 1-2 farm. But this line, all the farm. And all the farm have same problem. So that might be the cause. Last, the most important is the infections. Gut health is always under pressure from infection, whether it is subclinical or clinical, from day 1 to culling. Every day they are under pressure. That infection may be bacterial, like Clostridium, can be parasitic, is Amelia coccidiosis. Coccidiosis does not mean blood dropping. That is one type of coccidiosis. This coccidiosis, some people used to say subclinical. No, this is clinical coccidiosis due to Eimeria. This is Acervulina maxima. They are also clinical. They are not in the cecum. They are in the intestine only, small intestine only. It can be viral. See, in the viral infection, see the intestine. With this intestine, what you expect? Everything, all the layer, important layer, already damaged. This infection, disease can be bacterial. These are some bacterial infections sign of poultry litter. This is viral, some viral infections like ND, avian influenza, IBD, CIA, Rio, Astro, all causes enteritis. This is a typically ND outbreak. It was on a EC said in Nepal and broiler. See the litter condition and the bird condition. Parasitic disease. This is coccidiosis, typical blood dopings which you are saying. Then fungal disease. How to manage litter? And it is in California cage. What are the points to be taken care to manage litter? During construction operation, farm height, ramp height, best possible height, give the height so that ventilation. Then set to set distance, nipple and pipeline issue. Nipple system, there should not be any leakage, and pipeline issue, there should not be any leakage of water. You think water is not costly, it is going, but it is creating lot of nuisance. Regular removal. See that farm, they are removing litter regularly, not after the flock. In between, every month they are removing the litter. Dumping in a pit, removing the litter, either sell as fertilizer or use as fertilizer or dumping. But remove it. At least keep the birds healthy. And control waterly litter by managing, already I discussed, feed, nutrition, drinking water, distance between row. How much ventilation you have given? Ventilation efficiency and control water litter by managing feed, nutrition, the same drinking water hygiene, stress and enteric disease. Last portion, control caking and ammonia formation in deep litter system. How to do? Day-to-day operation, litter material quality and quantity and racking. Ventilation management, crosswind movement in open shed and ventilation efficiency in EC shed. EC shed, you have chicks, you have given more chicks, no. You must be given as per your ventilation system, your chicks housing should be, and body weight. Total body weight and ventilation system, it must match. Otherwise, there will be litter problem in EC shed. Drinking water management, drinking water especially pH, TDS and contamination. Avoid stress, especially the heat stress and mycotoxin. How to manage caking and ammonia in deep litter system, the feed nutrition. Avoid aging of feed. Fresh is always best, like breeder. Why you are giving breeder everyday feed? Everyday preparing and everyday giving. There is something in our mind, but in broiler farm, pre-starter we are sending 14 days, 13 days. You have to think. You see, after 10 days, consumption decreases. Or at least not increase, especially in monsoon. If you are sending pre-starter at a time in broiler farm, every farm you check the daily feed intake. After 10 days, 90% cases it deteriorates. Easily digestible raw material and very good oil should be selected. Avoid mold and fungus in raw material and feed by managing moisture level in feed, conditioning while pelleting, and proper storage, especially in monsoon. Efficient feed formulation considering electrolyte balance, fiber, protein level, and mycotoxin. Control enteric diseases, bacterial, viral, parasitic, and fungal. The name I have given, all these diseases. Litter material. Yeah, already, this last side. The litter material which you can use. The best is definitely the rice husk, 450 gram per bird. If you want to keep, want to manage 2.5 kg or 42 days, all this material can be used. What is the take-home message from today's discussion? Feed, raw material selection, controlling mold in finished feed and raw material, avoid dusty feed. Nutrition, efficient formulation. Drinking water quality management. Efficient ventilation to dry the litter. Avoid stress, especially the heat stress. Gut health management. Control enteric diseases through vaccination and biosecurity. And in cage system, California cage height and shed to shed distance, battery cage, belt efficiency, and removal frequency. That's the take-home message of my discussion, my experience sharing. Thank you, everyone.